So let's talk about some of what was revealed during day 8 of the proceedings. Colonel Vermeulen said that according to his forensic analysis, Oscar Pistorius was on his stumps, both when he shot through the door and when he broke down the door with his cricket bat. Now, that isn't Oscar Pistorius's version of what happened on that night. Could you please take us through what Oscar Pistorius is saying happened?
Well, according to Oscar's affidavit at the bail hearing, he says he woke up in the early hours of that morning, Valentine's Day, and he went outside in order to bring in a fan from the balcony. This is all happening on his stumps and in the dark. He comes back inside, he closes the sliding door, he closes the curtains, and then he hears a noise from the bathroom that fills him with terror. So he grabs his gun from under the bed, shouts at Reeva to call the police, and proceeds towards the bathroom. He notices that the bathroom window is open and he has a noise, the toilet door is closed. So he fires shots through the toilet door, screaming for Reeva to call the police. He then goes back into the bedroom, all in the dark and on his stumps, and sees that Reeva's not in bed. So he goes back into the bathroom and sees that the door is locked, the toilet door. So he comes back into the bedroom, goes out onto the balcony, opening the sliding door and the curtains again, and shouts for help. He then goes back inside, puts on his prosthetic legs, and goes back to the bathroom to try and kick the door open, with little success. So at this point, he thinks, well, now he thinks he puts on the light. Goes back into the bedroom, picks up his cricket bat, bashes down a panel or two off the toilet door, and finds Reeva inside, slumped, but still alive. He says he then called Stander, his friend, first, and then Netcare. He then went downstairs to open the front door of the house, went back upstairs, got Reeva out of the bathroom, and carried her down the stairs.
But the state are disputing that that's what happened on the night. What do you think the state are going to try and prove?
Well, the state's case at this stage is not clear. What they've asserted is that the killing shots happened at 3:17, that there was not 2 sets of shots, and that 4 shots were fired. That's as much as we know. However, Dr. Stipp, who was one of the witnesses and a neighbor who was among the first on the scene, he testified to waking up to a first set of loud noises, which he identified as shots. He then went out on his balcony, heard a woman screaming, and the lights in Oscar's house, he says, were on, and he had quite a good visual line to see that. A security guard also reported rifle shots round about 3 o'clock. So Vermeulen yesterday seemed to agree with the state that Oscar was on his stumps when he fired the shots. He also, however, where he diverged is he suggested that Oscar was actually on his stumps also when he hit the bat against the door. That's contrary to what Oscar says about being on his prosthetics. And then he also seemed to indicate, again agreeing with the defense's case, that Oscar hit the bat against the door after the shots were fired. However, if you read his testimony quite carefully, it seems he suggests that at least 1 mark, hole, or crack on the door was made after the shots. So the big mystery really is if the bat against the door happened after the shots, and the shots were at 3:17, then what made that first set of loud bangs that was loud enough to wake up Dr. Stipp and had the security guard suggesting that they were rifle shots? That we just don't know yet, and there's been no evidence led to give us any clarity.